Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're unpacking some incredibly insightful work by Dr. Faith Onia. We're going to be looking really closely at something we literally see every single day, the normalization of revealing content online. I mean, why does it happen? What are the unseen harms lurking just below the surface? And, maybe most importantly, how can you actually protect your digital footprint and your dignity? Let's break down Dr. Onia's actionable insights and find out.
Okay, so let's dive right in. Every single day, millions of posts flood our feeds. Now, some are genuinely just seeking connection, right? But others are essentially trading in exposure. And look, it is so easy to judge, but Dr. Anya's work asks us to approach this with compassion. Because online attention often mimics the feeling of genuine human connection. But we really have to stop and ask ourselves, attention feels like connection, sure, but at what cost? What are we actually trading away for those fleeting likes and shares? To figure that out, we need to look at the very top of what we're calling the digital iceberg.
Section 1. The surface, the attention economy and economic pressure. So algorithms completely gamify our attention. It's like a giant game where the rules are hidden. On one hand, you have high engagement, provocative content, and that gets heavily rewarded with rapid-fire reactions. But on the other hand, thoughtful content, it typically yields way fewer likes and gets a lot less love from the algorithm. Social platforms are literally designed from the ground up to reward visibility. And when revealing posts just keep getting pushed to the top of the feed with massive shares, they kind of subtly become the default model. It creates this massive comparison trap, where young women especially start measuring themselves against what's artificially popular rather than what is actually wholesome.
And this gamification, it builds into immense real-world pressure. Because online attention isn't just about ego anymore. It feels like literal currency. The illusion of easy income, whether that's through influencer deals, paid direct messages, or platform monetization, is just incredibly powerful. It makes sexualized content look like this highly effective, super quick shortcut to making a living. Dr. Onia points out that this temptation is especially intense when real-world job opportunities are scarce. It basically becomes an economic pressure cooker that heavily incentivizes exposure.
Section 2. Just below the surface, emotional drivers and normalization.
Well, people don't just chase likes in a vacuum. Often, sexualized attention is used as a quick band-aid for self-worth. Dr. Onia's work empathetically points out that things like profound loneliness, the sting of a recent breakup, or just ongoing low self-esteem, they can make a digital boost feel absolutely necessary for survival. I mean, it's a deeply human desire to just want to feel seen, right? But the digital remedy we're turning to is unfortunately ultimately hollow.
And this creates a really dangerous slippery slope, what we call the normalization pipeline. It starts out innocently enough. Over a few days, maybe you participate in some playful online trends. But give it a few weeks, and those playful boundaries get completely blurred by peer pressure, or just by watching your favorite influencers escalate their own content. By the time a few months roll around, provocative displays have become totally normalized. It happens so incrementally. A playful challenge escalates simply because our mindset shifts to, well, everyone else is doing it. The whole baseline of what's acceptable just shifts entirely, often without us even realizing it's happening.
Section 3. The deep water, permanence, and hidden risks. The truth is, we vastly misunderstand internet privacy, and the lifespan of a single post completely proves it. Think about it. In seconds, you hit post for that quick hit of validation. But within minutes, that content can be screenshotted and downloaded. Give it a few hours, and it's forwarded and reshared globally to an audience you never, ever intended. And the reality? For decades, it becomes a permanent digital record. A post that was just meant for today's temporary validation can literally follow you for life, significantly impacting your future jobs, your relationships, and your overall reputation.
Beyond that, revealing content dramatically increases your real-world risks, and we really have to talk about this. On the physical safety side, it opens the door to things like grooming, severe harassment, blackmail, and even human trafficking. On the legal side, depending on where you live, country-specific digital laws can actually lead to prosecution for explicit content and leave you with a permanent criminal record. So protecting your digital privacy isn't just about managing your reputation, it is absolutely crucial for protecting your physical safety and your legal standing.
Section 4. The base of the iceberg. Long-term spiritual and emotional costs.
Dr. Onia makes a truly profound observation here. Quote, treating the body as public property undermines dignity and can cause regret, shame, and difficulty forming deep relationships. Man, that is heavy. But it's so essential to understand. Trading your exposure for algorithmic attention very rarely builds lasting self-worth. In fact, it almost always achieves the exact opposite.
It carries this heavy spiritual and emotional cost that makes genuine, deep human connections so much harder to find later in life.
Section 5. Resurfacing, empowerment and protecting your digital dignity.
Okay, so how do we fix this? How do you actually reclaim your digital footprint? Well, it starts with taking a hard, really honest audit of your social media accounts. Once you know exactly what's out there, take your power back. Remove any revealing content that just doesn't serve your dignity anymore. From there, tighten up those privacy settings so you are the one controlling exactly who gets access to your life. And finally, seek out mentors who affirm your true worth. You want people in your corner who value you for who you actually are, not for the metrics your posts generate online. To keep that digital footprint totally secure, try adopting this one simple, brilliant mental filter before you ever hit post again. Ask yourself, would I show this to my future spouse or to my future employer? If you hesitate even for a second, don't post it. It's a remarkably effective way to just slow down and prioritize your long-term future over that short-term burst of attention. And hey, please remember, you do not have to navigate this digital landscape alone. The attention economy is incredibly powerful, for sure, but real-world relationships are stronger. Invest your time and energy into trusted family members, faith leaders, or counselors. Definitely seek out local youth mentorships or helplines if you need that extra support. Because real validation, that comes from a genuine community, not from totally random strangers on the internet.
The algorithms are always going to demand more of you, but the choice is ultimately yours. Keep seeking out knowledge that empowers you, ruthlessly protect your digital footprint, and really ask yourself, will you choose fleeting attention or lasting dignity?